All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast today, Judgmental TV. Bringing us something new this afternoon. We're going to stick with the Tuesday and Wednesday out of the park baseball streams in the afternoon. But we're going to change gears now. We're going to jump into something a little different. Don't know where the idea originated from, but we are going to start Korean baseball organization, which is very popular in Korea. It compares, I would say, to AA, maybe AAA level baseball in the United States. So if you're comparing it to the major leagues, think of it as AA, AAA type of thing. But it's an option in out of the park to jump in to use these other leagues. You can use things that go down as deep as the Atlantic League. You could go through AA, single A, any level of Major League Baseball. But I thought it would be fun to check out the Korean Baseball Organization. A couple of things about it that I thought were interesting when I was looking at it was that they have one division. And let's flip our screen over here so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Hello, there I am. Anyway, so Korean Baseball Organization has one league or one division, whereas in the United States you have the Central, the West, the East, you have American National League and everything. This league is one division. The top 5 teams make the playoffs. So then 5 plays 4, 4 plays 3, 3 plays 2, all the way up. So it's a different, interesting playoff format. The teams are split into 2 groups for all-star game purposes, so they do have an all-star game, which I believe is midway through this season. There's a lot of stuff here I'm learning as I go, so we'll be learning together. There are ties potentially in KBO. Regular season games end at 12 innings, and playoff games end at 15 innings, and you might be thinking, like I was, your first thought is, wait a minute, how do you end a playoff game in a tie if it's say a best of 3, a best of 5, best of 7 series? Well, they apparently just play the game over again. So they'll have a tie in there and they'll play over. So that could mean that, you have that 7-game championship series. It could actually be 8 games if you have that tie. So interesting. It's different. Thought we'd give it a try. There are a few names in the KBO that you'll probably recognize. One of them will be pitching for me this afternoon. So there are some former major leaguers in the KBO, some guys who were folks that maybe made it up to AA, AAA, didn't quite crack through, have moved over to the KBO and had very successful careers. Some rule differences too. We did an intro video for this. It's about 15 minutes long. It's up on the YouTube page, the Judgmental TV YouTube page. If you want to go see that, we go through a lot of this stuff as well. So this is kind of the part 2 that was promised, the intro here. Then we're going to actually play. We'll do opening day. Maybe the first 2 games. It's a 2-game series. We open up against LG. We are the Hanwha Eagles. I don't even know if I've mentioned that yet. But, yeah, we're going to play this as the Hanwha Eagles. I just picked them just because. They just seemed like the team to be. I don't know. I didn't really look at the roster beforehand. I just picked those guys out. Here you see we'll be opening up against the LG Twins. The ratings that you're looking at are compared to the KBO. They are not compared. So if you're an out-of-the-park player and you look up top here when you pick your ratings and your scouts, things like that. So I have this set for my scout, and I have this set for the KBO comparison. So when you look at Gabriel De La Mora, he's an overall 80. Well, let's just show you right here. Relative to the KBO, if we flip that over to the major leagues, there you see how he compares there. So he's a borderline major league player. I mean, this guy actually probably could make a squad. Looking at him, I don't know that he'd be an all-star, but he'd be a capable first baseman. And so, yeah, but I put it on the KBO just to, it helps Because you have a lot of players. If you keep the major league comparison, you have a lot of players that are in like the 20s, and it's not really a fair representation of how they can contribute for you because they're not playing in the major leagues. So that's who we're going to start against. LG. Here's my owner's expectations. We'll check those out in a second. And we aren't the greatest minor league team. Minor leagues, again, I'm repeating myself with some of the stuff that's in that like 15-minute video that we posted up on YouTube. We look at our organization, you will see that there's only one minor league team. All of our minor league players are right here. Here's a list of guys who are either hurt or taking care of their military service responsibilities. I don't know exactly how that works if they're in. So like, this young man has 7 months left on his time of military service. Now, I don't know if he's like a reservist and he eventually becomes available, or if he's just gone for 7 months as an active duty soldier or sailor. I don't know. But we will find that out as we go, I'm sure. And we got one guy that was a few weeks away. Here's one guy that's 5 weeks away. So that'll answer our question. If he becomes available after those 5, now we know. And since none of these guys, they all have none. Initially, they IL time, they all had a few days. So it looks like that's what this is. He'll be back at 7 months. He'll be back at 16. So they're all in the military, doing their mandatory military time. These are our minor leaguers here. We have a few guys down there that were tough cuts from spring training. We won't go through all of these guys. Just know that there's a few guys down here that I think they were tougher cuts than others for sure. And we do have some decent young players that don't have crazy amounts of potential, but I think could develop into contributors. So there are some options in the minors for our team overall. Again, I just randomly picked the Hanwha Eagles. Didn't really have a particular reason to pick them. I just wanted to randomly. I didn't want to go in and find out who's the best team and be the best team in the KBO. I just wanted to randomly pick someone that I didn't know anything about, and so I chose these guys. Interesting team. This is the 2024 season, so we know how the season ended for them. They actually ended about 10 games under 500. You'll play around 140 some games on your schedule. I think they were 76 and 86, something like that. So they're a decent team. I don't know if injuries got them. I'm not really sure why they were 10 games under, but it's a team that for the last 4 or 5 seasons has been under 500. So we're looking to get back to winning. And let's see, where we would go next. Let's take a look at spring coverage. We did well in spring training. I played some of these games to get to know the team a little bit and simulated some others just to let it play out. I did actually do a part 2. If you watch the YouTube video, it says part 1. There was a part 2 that I ended up not putting up just because we played through some spring training, and it's really not that interesting, honestly. It's a spring training game. There's nothing on the line. It was just really me trying to get to know some of my players and seeing what my strengths and weaknesses appeared to be in 12 games. That's it. The 12-game spring training regular season is ready to go. We're on opening day. We've advanced to that. So we went 8-4. Probably played our starters a little more than most, I would think. But like I said, I was trying to get to know some folks and learn the team a little bit. So I don't know that 8-4 is a good representation. A 667 winning percentage is probably not what we're going to get in the regular season. But there you see, this is the entire league. The Heroes, the Wiz, Twins, Lions, all the way up through. Mostly corporate names. Those are the sponsors, but they are assigned different regions as well. So like we would go with the Philadelphia Phillies or the New York Mets. They associate with Latte and Hanwha and Kia. You recognize that. Samsung, I'm sure you recognize LG as well. So So that's what we looked like after spring training was complete. Let's do just a quick look at who we've got in the starting lineup to give you some familiarity with this team, and then we'll do opening day. It's a 2-game series to kick the season off, so we'll probably play both of those, get it rolling, and that'll be it for the stream today then. So our shortstop is currently leading off. The batting order I'm going to play around with. I'm going to see how it shakes out, but solid defensive guy, good base runner, good, slightly above average contact, not a great eye. We'll see how he works out in the leadoff spot, but he's currently looks like our best option there, and he's a left-handed bat. But like I said, solid shortstop, good athletically. That's what I like at shortstop, so we got some hope there. And the second baseman, Un Wang Jung, is solid defensive second baseman again. I like the defense on this team. Bat, we'll see how this works out. Really good eye. Doesn't strike out a lot. He'll make contact. We'll see how that translates. We'll see how that works out. But good base runner. So decent in the number 2 spot. And so not a great player, but he looks like someone that might be a good contributor up there. Here you start to get into the heart of our lineup. Our third batter is Si-Hwan No. No actually has a bit of a history. Oh, sorry. Getting text messages. My phone was going crazy. I thought maybe something was wrong. Everything's good. Everybody's happy. All right. So anyway, No. I actually signed No in the 2027 Phillies that we were streaming earlier in the year. And also, if you want to go way back to like 2024, 2025, we have some videos up on the Judge Metal YouTube page as well. But we did sign this guy at some point, and he was in our minors. If we do ever continue that 2027 into the 2028 season, No, probably he's got an inside shot at making the squad as maybe a utility guy or even potentially as a third baseman. So he does develop into a solid player with some power. And there you see. And that's pretty much right on to what he was in the other league that I was playing. So yeah, but we got him in the middle of the lineup. Looking forward to see what he can do for a whole season. We also have Antonio Melendez. This guy's going to swing and miss a little bit, but he's going to make some contact. He's got some good power. Not a great base runner, but not too horrible. He's going to play right field for us. Yes, right field. And can move around a little bit. So there's a few guys on this squad that can move around and play different positions. So Melendez is, and No looks like it's hopefully our power. We have Che here as our DH. Average contact, but some power. We'll see how this shakes out. He's, like I said, he's our DH. Not a great defensive player, but with some pop. So we got 3 guys in a row that can drive the ball. You see the salary numbers here for him. That's $1.4 million. You can't go well. I don't know if the rules in OOTP are going to be exactly the same as the rules in the actual KBO. In the KBO, you have a limit on how many foreign-born players you can have, and they're limited, I believe, to $1 million contracts, 1 year, $1 million. I did look at the free agency list. I'll show you that in a second, but everybody was listed as 1 year, so it looks like they did have that rule in, but I don't know about the $1 million limit. I don't have $1 million to spend. This is going to be the team that we start the season with, and we'll see how we go from there. But I didn't want to just go sign the best-looking free agent and then find out it's not really what I need, because I suspect what I need is down here in the bullpen. All right, so our left fielder, In Ho Che. I mentioned in the open, but I'll mention it again, that I did spend some time in Korea. And I always hear people in the United States, when there's a Korean, say a Korean baseball player, and the last name is Choi, in the States, we always seem to say Choi, and the players are cool with it. I've never heard anybody complain. But when I was in Korea, I was taught that that's Che. And I had a very, very close friend who had that last name that pronounced it Che. So I'm probably going to do that most of the time. If anybody jumps in here who actually speaks Korean and wants to correct me, please feel free, because one of the great stumbling points on this is going to be my pronunciation of names. That's going to be a struggle. Doing my best, but I'm welcoming any help. But we didn't even talk about him as a player, did we? So he's going to be in left field. You know, again, another guy, borderline bat, decent on the bases, athletic, decent in left field. Our defense overall is, I wouldn't call it outstanding, but it's solid. Here's another good bat. This guy's going to make contact. Not a ton of power, but I believe against lefties, the computer had this guy leading off, and I just left that like that. Solid first baseman. Good personality. Making 1.37. So the scale for pay is lower here, of course. I believe our entire budget might be like in the $14 to $18 million range. Something like that. And let's see where we at. We've got Hyungbin Moon, our center fielder. This guy's interesting. This guy's going to turn 20 years old in a few days, and in about a month, less than a month. Great leadership skills, or good leadership skills, excuse me. Max effort guy, thinking man's ball player, highly regarded throughout the league. He is currently playing center field. It's not his strongest position. We'll see if we do move him. I don't know. We kind of need him in center right now. He's our best option. But you can see here he's not fully developed. But when he is fully developed, it's not going to be a ton of power, but good eye. He's going to avoid strikeouts. So if he develops completely, this guy should be a heck of a player. And I don't understand the overall 50 potential, because that looks like more than 50 to me right there. And I'm not sure how this guy looks in the infield, because second base is a good position for him. But I was kind of leaning towards left field for him. I think put him in left where he's at his best, and then just let him grow as a hitter. And we could really have a player here. So, yeah, 19-year-old in center field, but with high potential. And then we have Jae-hoon Che, our catcher. Strong defensive catcher. I always love having a strong defensive catcher. And above average eye, decent contact. So should be able to contribute out of the 9 spot. You know, if we get a catcher with excellent defense and hits 240 with, I'm not even worried about a home run. Just contribute at the plate every now and then in the 9 hole, and I'll take that if it's working my pitching staff. All right, Hyung-jung Ru. I got to look up this last name. I'm not sure if it's Ru or Ri, but you'll know this guy, and I should know this guy's name because this guy's pitched in the major leagues for a few years. And we'll just go down here real quick to look at his career. He pitched with Hanwha up until 2012. Then he made the jump to the majors. And you can look here, very successful pitcher for the Dodgers. Below 4 ERAs almost every season. He moves on to Toronto. And then looks like he had an injury type of season there where he only pitched in 6 games. But very solid numbers in Major League Baseball at 30. I think he's 36. Yeah, he's going to turn 37 in like 2 days a day, 364. So he has a birthday coming up tomorrow in game time. He'll turn 37. Still, these are great ratings. He's considered one of the top pitchers in the KBO. So we're glad to have him. Man, wouldn't you love to have a number 1 starter at 2.125 in the majors? But yeah, back to Hanwha for Hyung-jun Ri, and look forward to throwing him. He's a ground ball pitcher. A lot to like about him. Our starting rotation is pretty strong. Franklin Castaneda looks pretty good too. Another ground ball guy, hard worker, not an attention seeker. It was always good to have positive personality. Decent stamina, good control, 3 solid pitches. Should be good. He was actually our third starter. We had to do a drop with Vera, who is another potentially very strong starter. Vera, I simmed out the last few games of spring training, and apparently they started this guy. The final game of spring training, I didn't catch it. So he had the last start. So he would be our number 2. I'm going to slide him to number 3, see if he'll be 100% for game 3, but we may actually have to drop him to 4. So big mistake on my part. But the top 3 in our starting rotation is strong. We have Tae-Yang Lee. Interesting. Below average stuff, but everything else is either average or slightly above average. Good control. So we'll see how this guy, how he shakes out. He was a starter reliever in 2023. So 50 games, he made 12 starts. We're going to start him at the 4th spot, and we'll see how we go from there. Again, this could be, getting to know this roster, and we'll make changes as we need to. Final starter is Dongju Moon. This guy's only 20 years old, so another one of our young players. I thought about having him down in the minors to start to see if maybe we can get some more of this development, but looking at, we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see how it goes. He's going to be the 5th starter. Good work ethic. Stamina's solid. 23 starts last year. He had a 3.72, so he did pitch well last season. So that's one of the reasons why I also thought I'd keep him up here. And if he struggles, we can always make a switch with somebody. But our 5th starting spot might be an issue, maybe not. We'll see. Bullpen is solid at the closer spot. He appears to be solid. He's a 60. Now, none of these numbers, none of these ratings are crazy high, average or above average in everything. But last year he had 55 games and 1.96 ERA. So he was strong last season. He's closing this year. Sangwon Park, another guy, 55 games, 3.65. There you see, might have some control issues, but otherwise solid pitcher. And let's go over here because we can see all of the pitchers this way. So Zhang, this is where we start to get a little rough. We got the movement, home runs allowed, below average stuff there. Maybe this stuff helps. We'll see how he does. Let's see. Just do a quick look at these guys. You can see the rest of the bullpen is average to below average. Did I just look at him? I'm not sure. Maybe I clicked the same guy twice there, but we're not sure. And there's probably 2, maybe 3 arms we sent to the minors that might be better. One of the ways I made those decisions was that these guys are all basically at their peak, and the guys I sent down have some room to develop. So we do have some guys with similar ratings in the minor leagues, maybe even a little better, but they've got some room to develop. So I thought I'd send them down there and see if they would develop better in the minors. If this bullpen is really struggling, though, we'll make some changes. To me, it looks like maybe offensive depth and bullpen depth could be our Achilles heel. I think our starting rotation is going to be pretty good, and I think the top of the lineup, the heart of the lineup should be good, and we should get some runs out of them. So our goal from ownership for this season, right here, they want us to get a winning record this season. They want us to build the farm system to top 2. I never have luck with that in out of the park baseball. We might discuss that just because I get players and I develop them and they come up, they do all right. The 2027 Phillies that we just did, I had 3 rookies on the major league roster playing every day, and yet my goal was to improve the farm system. And I thought, well, the whole point of the farm system is to feed the major league team talent. But yeah, the game and I seem to disagree on what a good farm system is. So anyway, improving fan interest, that's a good goal. I think that's an important one. And build up the team to get in the playoffs. That's a 2028 goal. So we will see. So looks like we got 2 years on this one, a couple of years on the farm system. We'll see how that goes. We want a winning record this year, and we want to reach the playoffs by 2028. Again, remember, the playoffs just means you're a top 5 team. And as we get towards the end of the season, maybe we'll talk more about the details of the playoffs. But it's a really interesting system where you kind of play your way up. So 5 plays 4 in kind of a 3-game series that the 4th place team has a win in their pocket, in essence. So if you're the 5th place team, you got to beat them twice. If you're the 4th place team, you just got to win 1 game. So cool, interesting way to start the playoffs, and then they just tier up the line. And yeah, so very different than Major League Baseball playoffs. So that's another thing that intrigued me. And let's see, what else? Anything else to go over? I think we're good. Meet the team. Team chemistry is strong. I didn't change any coaches or anything like that. We're just going to let that stuff ride. Let's see how that goes. Oh, I never set staff roles. Give me a second. Ugh. Bummer. Oh, there we go. We got one good one. All right, so we got to take you off. All right, well, that didn't fill me full of confidence, but we'll see. All right, anyway, let's jump right into this. We're going to play LG, the LG Twins. And there's not much here to look at because there's nothing played yet, so we'll just jump right in and we'll get rolling. Just going to run our regular lineup out. All right, so here we go. Opening day, KBO. We've got Hanwha versus LG. We're opening up at home, which is kind of nice. Our first look at our home stadium. And 1-1 pitch back to the mound. Ree has it. Throws the first. He's out. There's 1 down. So again, we'll repeat this. If you pop in here and you're just hearing me kill these names, feel free to do any help you can. But I think we're going to do all right. All right, 1 down. Bak Hyung Moon to the plate. For LG, the 0-1 pitch popped him up. Second baseman in, makes the catch. Jung has it for the 2nd out. Gabriel De La Mora to the plate, first baseman for LG. Whose pitch got him on a 3-2. Like an off-speed pitch. We'll see what that was. Not 92 mile an hour fastball. And LG's down in order in the first. So our shortstop, Ju Soo Ha, will lead things off. We looked at him before the game. Really solid player. Here's your 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Not sure if he's destined to be our leadoff hitter. But for now, that's where we're going to start. And Eun Wong Jung, our second baseman. facing Brad Matthews. Brad Matthews, another former major leaguer here in the KBO. Swing and a miss on a 1-2. He's gone on a sinker, so 2 outs. So it seems what teams do, since they have a limit to their major league, or their foreign-born players, they'll bring in a pitcher and a bat that'll probably be your middle of the lineup bat and your top of the rotation pitcher, something like that. So they want to fill those important leadership or important spots in the rotation, important spots in the lineup, and then they'll fill out the rest of the team with Korean-born players. So I think you're limited to 3. So you have to be tactical in signing that, out of those foreign players. All right, well, that's your 3rd out, ground out on a 1-2 pitch. We're done with the first. No score. Wu back out. He worked a 1-2-3 first. And yes, I do realize I did change the way I'm saying his name, because I realize it probably is Ru. And there's a soft ground ball in the 0-1 pitch. Parks out. And Hyung-Soo Kim, designated hitter for LG. 0-2 pitch. Hit down the line. That's going to get into the corner. We'll have our first hit here. Extra bases. He'll get in the second. Throw in, but to the cutoff man, not to the bag. Melendez gets it back in quickly. Stand-up double. Smoked an 0-2 curveball down the first baseline. So Kim's on second. Going to bring up Ji-Hwan No, the shortstop. Ru's pitch got him. 1-2 pitch through it. Past him. Went after a slider, or a sinker, excuse me. Beg your pardon. Sung-Ju Moon now, left fielder. Here's your 3-1, misses, and that's ball 4. Heyman Park, center fielder for LG, left-hander, steps in. Pitch is hit on the ground, 2-1, goes to second. Gets the final out. So the LG Twins get 2 men on, but do not score. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0. Here's Antonio Melendez. And as we said, no Melendez and Che. That's what the lineup is built around. So hoping for big seasons from them. Here's your 3-2. Got him looking with a fastball, 90 mile an hour. That's your first out. So Matthews looking strong here through to the second. Yoon Sung Che, designated hitter. Another guy with some power. He lifts that fly ball into center field. That'll be caught. Park makes the catch. And we got 2 down now for In-Ho Che, left fielder. And the 3-1 from Matthews. Hits it on the ground. First baseman has it. Takes it to the bag unassisted. And that'll end the second inning. So 2 in the books. No score for the Eagles or the Twins. Wu back out there. The left-hander will face Shin Hong and Moon. 9-1-2 for LG. And there's a little fly ball in the right field. That's going to hang up, and Melendez will be there to make the catch. Shin's gone. That's 1 down. Top of the lineup, Hong. 0 for 1 today. Back up the middle, base hit. Line drives through the middle of the infield for a hit. 1 out, single. LG's second hit of the afternoon. Hong can run a little bit. We'll see if he goes. They'll bring Moon, the third baseman, to the plate. He's 0 for 1. And here's your 0-2 from Ree. Ground ball, second base. Down with it. Goes to first. Looked like a potential double play ball, but the second baseman did have to dive to grab that. So he'll go to first and get the second out of the inning. Hong will move up to second. So with 2 outs, De La Mora, he's 0 for 1. Reed misses with the 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4. So now 2 men on 2 outs. And it'll bring Park. Park, the catcher's 0 for 1 today. See that power though. And here's the pitch from Rue. 1-0, hit high, deep, going back to left field. That one's going to go way out of here. That looked like that probably hit off the signs in the bleachers. So 3-0 Twins take the lead here in the top of the third. So here we go now. 2 outs. Kim to the plate, the designated hitter. He had a hit in his first at bat. And that 3-1 pitch misses inside for a ball, so a walk now. Maybe I'll go back to calling him Rue Ree. It was working better when I was calling him Ree. All right, O steps up to the plate, the shortstop 0 for 1. And here's your 1-0 pitch. Inside, runner going, throw down the second, not in time. So give Kim a steal, his first of the season. That gets him in a scoring position. And Rue's pitch to O. Hit hard back up the middle. That's a base hit. That stolen base just got you a run. Ball thrown back in. It'll go through to the plate, but the runner scores easily. And O moves up to second base on the throw home. 4-0 now, LG on top. It's a home opener taking a turn for the worse here. And Moon, the left fielder, hits it to third. Oh, up with it, or excuse me, no, up with it. He goes to first, and that'll end the inning. But 4 runs in on the 3-run home run, and then the RBI single. So Hanwha with some work to do, and it'll be on leading it off here in the bottom of the third. Popped him up behind the plate. Catcher goes back, makes the catch in foul territory. And there's your first out. Young Bin Moon, center fielder, a young man 19 years old, as we mentioned in the open. Hits it hard on the ground. First baseman takes it unassisted. That's your second out. Jae-Hoon Che, the catcher, said this guy's known more for his defense. Handling a pitching staff as well. Popped him up on the 2-2 pitch. And that's caught in the infield. And that'll retire Hanwha here in the third. So we're going to the top of the fourth. 4-0. Brew now with the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. There's a strikeout. There's one down here in the top of the fourth. Shin now, the second baseman, batting ninth, is 0 for 1 so far tonight. And your pitch on the way, the 2-0 ground ball. Third baseman, No, has it. Throws across, and he's out. That's your second out. And back to the top of the lineup. Hong is 1 for 2. And here's the 0-1 from Rue. Backhanded, no, past the shortstop into left field, base hit, 2-out single. I thought maybe the shortstop was going to get there for that one, but it got past him. So there's a 2-out single. Hong on first. Bo Kyung Moon at the plate. He is 0 for 2 today, the third baseman. face Rue. Here is your first pitch. Fires down the first base, not in time. Chase showing his arm a little bit on that play. Here's your 0-1. Line drive in the left. That's going to drop in for a single. So LG having it their way right now. 6th hit of the ball game. And they've got 2 men on, first and second now, with 2 outs. For the number 3 hitter, the first baseman, De La Mora. And here's your 1-2 pitch from Rue. Got him on an off-speed pitch. Strike 3, he's out. The inning's over. Curveball 66. You snapped that one off. You could actually even see it in the graphics. So we're going to the bottom of the 4th. Top of the lineup now. So far, Matthews facing the minimum through 3. He's got 4 runs to work with. And it'll be Ha, Jung, and No for Hanwha. Here's your 2-2. Swung on and missed. Matthews picks up his 4th strikeout. Now Jung obviously 0 for 1 as well. And here's your 0-1 from Matthews. Hit in the air, center field, drifting over, making the catch. That's out number 2. Si-Hwan No, the 3rd baseman. Hoping for a big season from this guy. So far, 0 for 1. And here's your 3-2 from Matthews. Checks his swing. He'll take a walk down the first. That's the first base runner of the ball game for the Eagles. And it'll bring up Antonio Melendez, the right fielder. Here's your pitch to Melendez. Ground ball, 3rd base. Slow roller, but plenty of time to throw out Melendez. And that'll end the inning. Hanwha gets a base runner, but that's it. We're going to go to the 5th, 4-0. And here in the top of the 5th, it'll be Park, Kim, and O. 4, 5, and 6 facing Rue. And here's your 1-2. Swung on and missed. And that is out number 1. Young-So Kim now 1 for 1 at the plate this afternoon. And here's your 3-0. And that misses. Walked him, looked good. Didn't get the call. All right, where are we at on pitch count with Rue? 81 pitches, so we probably want to start thinking about. Well, we're going to watch it. Let's not get anybody moving just yet. 3-1 there, he missed. Okay, now let's get somebody moving. Back-to-back walks to start the 5th. And let's see. It's funny because I look at the pen and I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know much about these guys. So we'll go with one of our long guys. We're down by 4. We'll get a right-hander throwing. This is a lefty-heavy lineup, though. Oh, man. This is a lefty-heavy lineup. But we've got to play them again tomorrow, too. So I know that's not how you're supposed to manage, but down 4, maybe they do. All right, here we go. 1 out, runner on first. Moon at the plate. Here's your first pitch. Skips away from the catcher. Jay picks it up, but not in time to prevent the runner from going to second. That'll be a wild pitch. So opening day not going well for Hyun-Jin Ryu. And here's your 2-0. Hit on the ground. Second baseman up with it. He'll go to first. There's an out. So second out of the inning. O goes over to third base. And it'll bring Park. Park is 0 for 2 so far. And here's your 2-0. Hit into the air. Center field. Coming on, center fielder makes the grab. Moon's got it. And that'll end the fifth. Going to the bottom of the fifth now, Hanwha Eagles will have Che and Han on. 5, 6, and 7 facing Bruce Matthews. Matthews pitching to Jim. Oops, let's sit our relief pitcher down for a moment. And here we go, the 2-1. Swung on, hit hard, but right there as the shortstop makes the grab, throws him out for 1 down. So the left fielder Che now comes to the plate. And here's your 3-1 from Matthews. That'll miss. So second walk of the afternoon. This time with 1 out. See if the Eagles can't get something going here. Matthews at 69 pitches. So I don't know if he'll be able to go too deep into this ball game, but he has been effective so far. Here's on at the plate. A 1-0 pitch hit into the air. Second baseman scoots in, makes the catch. And that's your second out. So Che has to stay at first. Bin Moon now the center fielder. He'll step in with 2 outs. And here's your 1-1 pitch. Hit hard. Second baseman has it. Will throw him out. So the Hanwha Eagles not flying very high today. Bump. At 92 pitches. Oh man, I sat down my reliever. It screwed up. Good. Forgot to get him back up. If you leave him throwing, he'll wear himself out. So anyway, all right. Seung-hyuk Han comes into this ball game in relief last year. He appeared in 21 games, had a 6.44 ERA. 31-year-old right-hander. A lot of lefties in this lineup for LG, but I am down by 5. All right, so Han. First pitch. Hit hard into right field, past the first baseman's glove into right. So a leadoff single. So Min Jae Shin is on first base. He can run. You see the ratings there. Good speed, good stealing rating. So you have to watch him. And Hong is at the plate. He is 2 for 3 today. So leadoff man playing right field, collecting 2 hits on opening day. Here's your 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, second base. He'll go to second for 1. Relay back to first. Got him. Wasn't sure if they were going to get 2 on that. Good turn. And Byung Moon, third baseman, 1 for 3. And here's Han's pitch. Line drive in the right field. That's going to drop in for another hit. So multi-hit game for Moon. It'll bring up De La Mora. So far, De La Mora 0 for 2. He's the big bat in this lineup. And here's your 2-1 from Han. Line drive in the right. That's going to drop in. Another hit. Runner taking third base, standing up, throw off line. De La Mora will hold at first. It'll be Donwon Park. He is 1 for 3. He hit that 3-run home run. That's the big hit in the third inning. And Hans pitched to him. Hit up the middle. That's going to get through for a hit. 6-0 ball game. The runner is going to take third. Really sure with a hesitation on the center fielder to get that back in. But both runners advance to second and third then. So 6-0 is your score with 2 outs here in the 6th. Kim to the plate, designated hitters 1 for 1. There's a fly ball into center, hanging up and caught. And that'll end the top of the 6th. LG pouring it on there. They have a 6-0 lead. And leading off will be Jae-hoon Che, the catcher. Will go Ha and Jung after that, 1 and 2 in the lineup. So 9-1 and 2 facing Brad Matthews. Matthews now at 74 pitches as we start the 6th. And your 0-1 pitch hit on the ground. First baseman has it, takes it unassisted. Del Mora towards the first out. Ha, the shortstop, now hitless and 2 trips. And the 1-1 for Matthews. It's a ground ball shortstop. Up with it, takes his time, throws him out. And that's out number 2. So 2 ground balls here to start the bottom of the 6th. And Eunwon Jung, second baseman, now steps in. He's 0 for 2. And here's the first pitch for Matthews. It's a line drive, caught in right field. I thought that one was going to drop, but the right fielder was played perfectly. Makes that catch. Hanwha still hitless after 6. Top of the 7th now. And we'll make a pitching change. Si-Hwan Jang will come in the ball game. Through 34 2/3 innings, 39 games, was 2 and 2 with a save and a 3.38 earned run average. 36-year-old right-hander. He's been with Hanwha for a few seasons here. And he'll make his 2024 debut. And he'll face Oh Moonen Park, 6, 7, and 8. Top of the 7th. There's your 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, struck him out. Like O went fishing on that one. And Sung-Jo Moon is 0 for 2, but he has an RBI. And that pitch, 3-2 pitch, misses outside. So a 1-out walk. Zhang's velocity will get between 92 and 94. Does seem like the average velocity a little lower in the KBO, but there are some folks who can light up the radar gun. Velocity isn't everything. It's all about placement. There's a stolen base for Moon. His first of the season. Caught the Eagles napping on that one. 1 out, runner on second base. Here's your 1-2 pitch from Zhang. Swung on and missed. 96 on that one, so got a little momentum going there. Must have heard me saying he didn't have the velocity. Ming-Jae Shin, the second baseman, 1 for 3 today, batting in the 9th spot. He'll face Zhang. There's a line drive into right. Right fielder comes on and makes the catch. Melendez has it. And we're taking the 7th inning stretch. LG up 6-0. Well, the Eagles went 8-4 and in second place after spring training. Things change when the season starts. So far, no runs, no hits for the Eagles in this ball game. Just 2 walks given up by Matthews. Otherwise, those are the only blemishes. He's been perfect outside of that. So no lead things off. No Melendez and Che. 3, 4, and 5. We'll see if they can't get something going against Matthews. Matthews' pitch count up at 80 now. So been very efficient the last 2 innings. I didn't think he would get too deep in this game, but pitch count has come under control. There's a fly ball in the center field. That'll be caught. Fairly routine catch for Park. Was hit hard. Probably the hardest hit ball of the night for the Eagles. And that'll bring Antonio Melendez to the plate. 0 for 2 so far. And here's the 1-2 from Matthews. Swung on, ground ball, shortstop. Oh, he boots the ball. Melendez will get to first. Now that'll be an error, not a hit. So a 1-out base runner. And that'll bring Un-Seong Che, designated hitter. He is 0 for 2. Melendez on first. Matthews with the 1-1 pitch. Popped him up. High pop up. Third baseman calls and makes the catch. And that is out number 2. And Inho Che, now the left fielder, will step in. He is 0 for 1. He's walked as well. Melendez on first. Here is your 2-2 pitch from Matthews. There's a fly ball into right. Carrying, but holding up for the right fielder. Makes the catch to end the inning. So Matthews, no hit through 7. And let's get somebody up. We'll keep Jang in this game, but have somebody ready. Lee ready to come in if necessary. And Jang worked a strong strong inning in the 7th. Did walk a batter, but he had 2 strikeouts. He'll come back out. Face the top of the lineup. Hong, Moon, and De La Mora. 1, 2, and 3 for LG. Life is good for LG. You knew I was going to do that at some point if they were winning. There's a fly ball in the center. Moon makes the catch. And 1 down. Bo Kyung Moon now to the plate. He is 2 for 4. Here's your 2-0 pitch. Ground ball. Swinging bunt. That could be trouble. Flip to first. They won't get him. You could just tell where that ball went, that the first baseman wasn't going to take it unassisted, and you were going to have to hustle. Jang did not get there fast enough. So an infield hit for Moon. As Richie Ashburn used to say, he couldn't have thrown it in there any better. And De La Mora now, the first baseman, is 1 for 3. He'll face Jang. Popped him up. Foul side, nose over, makes the catch. So there's 2 outs now in the inning. We'll bring up Park. Catcher 2 for 4 with a home run. He's driven in 4, so having a day. And here's your 0-1. Popped him up. Giving chase. The first baseman. I can't tell if it was the first baseman or the pitcher who decided to catch that, but it's caught. So the top of the 8th is in the books. 6-0 LG hanging on here to this lead, and Brad Matthews is back out. He's at 100 pitches. It'll be interesting to see how deep they will go with him. Yeah, so here we go. There's the line for Matthews. 7 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. So it's been outstanding. And he will face An, Moon, and Che 7, 8, and 9. here in the bottom of the 8th. Hanwha fans, not a lot to cheer about today. And here's your 0-1 from Matthews. It's a ground ball first base. De La Mora will take that. And there's one easy out on 2 pitches. Hyun Bin Moon to the plate now. He's 0 for 2. A 19-year-old center fielder. I'm going to say that a lot because that's crazy. Young man with a ton of potential, though. Brad Matthews looks. Here's your first pitch to Moon. Hit hard right at the second baseman. He'll throw him out. So Moon is down on 1 pitch. Can't get much more efficient than this. Just a 3-pitch inning so far. Che, the catcher, now to the plate. And here's your 3-2 pitch. Che works. Look out. There's a line drive in the left. That drops in. First hit of the ball game for the Eagles. Breaks up the no-hitter. Brad Richardson with a gem. Or Brad Matthews with a gem for 8 2/3. And that'll lift him out of the ball game. I think that's a good decision. So Dong-Hwan Che will now come in relief. Obviously, it's opening day, so his first appearance. 2023, 3.19 ERA in 42 innings. In 45 games, he had 1 save. So fresh arm now into the ball game for LG. But Matthews threw a gem. That was a great start. And top of the lineup now, the shortstop Ha. Step up with a runner on. 2 outs. Rally time. Ground ball back up the middle. Diving, grab, and throw. That looked destined for center field, but what a grab by O at shortstop. So that'll retire the Eagles in the 8th. We'll go to the top of the 9th. 6-0 LG on top. Jang will be done for the day. 2 strong innings from him. And if there is any silver linings or positives to take out of this game, which has been a disappointing performance for Hanwha, but I would have to say that bullpens pitched well. We've still got 3 outs to go. We're not able to get clobbered now that I said that. But we'll have Kim, O, and Moon, the DH, 1 for 2 today with a walk. And here's the 3-1 from Han. Up and in. And that's a leadoff walk. So I probably should have saved those comments for after the final out. But so far, it's some good efforts out of the bullpen, which would give you hope. You'd expect that Rue would probably come out and throw a better game than this most nights. So let's see who is up. Oh, the shortstop made that diving play to end the bottom of the 8th. And he'll face Han. Here's the 1-2 ground ball. First baseman has it. Tags first. Goes to second. They'll get the double play. Well played down at first base. Very nice. So now with 2 outs, Sung-Jo Moon, the left fielder, will step in. He's 0 for 2 with an RBI. He has a walk as well. And a pitch from Han. Ground ball. Second baseman up with it. Throw to first. He's got it. That'll end the 9th. Top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Hanwha Eagles got some work to do. They're down 6-0. And Che will stay in the ball game. He got the last out in the bottom of the 8th. So 34-year-old right-hander staying in this one. He will face the 2, 3, and 4 batters, Jung No and Melendez. So 2, 3, and 4. Everybody's 0 for 3. The next 3 guys you're going to, no, the next like 6 guys you'll see will be pretty much 0 for 3. So Jung will lead things off here. 2-2 pitch to the second baseman. Swung on and missed, struck him out. As your first out, we have no to the plate. So one more crack at LG for number 3 and number 4 here. Let's see what no can do. Oh, he's 0 for 2 with a walk. Okay, so he wasn't 0 for 3. Here's your 1-2. Line drive in the left. And that drops in front of the left fielder. There you go. No with his first hit of the season. And he's a 1-out base runner for Antonio Melendez. And Melendez now is 0 for 3. And here's your pitch. Hit into the air, center field. It'll hang up and be caught. Park with a, as they say, a can of corn. Makes the grab. 2 down here in the 9th now. Che. Last hope for the Hanwha Eagles. And here's your 2-1. Hit him. Hits him in the back. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. You don't think they'd be throwing at any of our batters after this game. So we got 2 outs, 2 men on. Minho Che, the left fielder, is 0 for 2 with a walk. And here's your 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, struck him out. LG takes the home opener from the Hanwha Eagles. 6-0. Matthews 7 2/3. Was it 7 1/3? 7 2/3. That was your big story. 7 2/3. Matthews picks up the win, goes to 1-0. Just 1 hit, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 109 pitches. Great effort by him. Che finished things off. It was a solid relief appearance. Obviously, your player of the game is Brad Matthews. Rue with a disappointing start to get his season going, but as I said, Zhang looked good in his first appearance out of the bullpen this season. Han not so much. Gave up 4 hits in an inning. But yeah. Han or Zhang and Han, this Han, Jae-Hyun Han pitched a strong 9th inning. Offensively, just the 1 hit. Or 2 hits, excuse me. No had 1 in the 9th inning. So no runs on 2 hits, just 2 walks, and not a very good offensive performance for the Eagles. 6 runs on 11 hits, really solid day for the LG Twins. So they're 1-0. We're 0-1, and we will leave that game behind. Advance the day, see how everybody does. Let's jump into game 2. All right, I don't think I'm changing anything in the lineup. Oh, they got a lefty going, right? Yep, they have a lefty going, so our lineup does change a little bit. On moves up to the leadoff spot. Tae-Yoon Kim comes into play right field. This is the batting order in the lineups, basically that the computer had set when I took the team over. And I'm just going to kind of ride it out for a little bit and see how these guys perform before I make any major changes. So yeah, we're going to go with that. Let's get this game kicked off here. And we got a lefty going too. So a pair of lefties going at each other today. Franklin Castaneda. I've not looked to see if he had any major league time. Yes, he did. Pitch at Lehigh Valley. Wow, that's interesting. Huh. St. Louis 2020, we pitched in 3 games. So he does have some major league experience. I just like to check that on the foreign-born players just to see. So anyway, Hong Moon, De La Mora, Park, Kim, Oh, Moon, Park, and Shin. Looks like Park played in the first game, didn't he? Yep. Yeah, Park played in the first game, went 0 for 4. Okay, so it looks like same lineup for LG. Slightly different lineup for us, as you have Kim in right field. Melendez moves over to left. And that's it. So let's get things started. Castellato hoping for a better performance here in Game 2 of the season. Hanwha Baseball Stadium in Daejeon. I think they've actually changed the name, but I'll have to check on that. All right, there's your 1-0 pitch lifted in the right field, and it finds the new guy, Kim. He makes the catch. 1 away. And Castellato gets the first out. Now he'll face Moon, the third baseman. 3 for 5 yesterday. And here's your 2-2 swung on and missed. So 2 outs here in the first. And De La Mora 1 for 4 yesterday's ball game. And here's your 1-2 for Castellato. Gets him swinging. 90-mile-per-hour fastball. 1-2-3 go the Twins in the top of the first. And Masami O'Neill on the hill. Check him out. He's a guy that threw 9 games for Tampa Bay in 2021. So another starter with some major league experience. Pretty good looking pitcher. So left-hander will face on, leading off today. And here's your first pitch. Line drive, right field, down the line. That's a fair ball. Picked up nicely in the corner, but on will cruise in the second. Leadoff double. So it took 7 2/3 to get a hit in the first game. First batter, first pitch. Gets a double, but he's going to have to come out of the ball game. Looks like he's favoring his knee. Oh, that's great. Somebody gets a hit, we got to replace them. All right, let's see. So I don't know my team all that well. So there's my... I got one I used them anyway. Some of these guys can play infield. Or maybe I sent those guys down. All right, who's going to play first? I wonder if I change my DH to first base, I wonder if I lose my DH. I don't want to do that. So he could go to first. Let's do that. We'll move. I'm going to take first base. He will come in. And then Melendez is fine left. Play right field then. I should be set. I'm not sure if that was my best option, but again, just learning the squad, so we'll figure it out. All right, Yunman Jung, second baseman, 0 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. Got Lee on second, in for the injured on, and O'Neill will deliver the 0-2. Swung on and missed, struck him out. 74 on that curve. That's your first out of the bottom of the first. Si Juan, no. 1 for 3 yesterday with a walk and a single. Steps in here against the lefty. Takes the 1-2 pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3. Nose out of there. 2 outs now. Antonio Melendez held hitless in 4 trips in the opening game. He'll face O'Neill. Swung on and missed the 1-2 pitch. The back-to-back strikeouts gets O'Neill out of the first inning. Hanwha gets a leadoff hit but can't do anything with it. Castanado now he'll face Park, Kim, and O. Park 2 for 5 yesterday with the home run. There's a line drive into left field that should hang up. And it will be caught by Melendez. And now Kim, the DH, was 1 for 2. This is a couple of walks. There's another walk. Missed with the 3-0 pitch. A 4-pitch walk from Castaneda. That's his first walk of the game. Kim on first, O at the plate. O was 1 for 4 with an RBI in the opener. Here's a line drive grabbed by the second baseman. He'll go to second. Get the lead runner for the second out. Ball was hit hard. Would have been a tough turn. So now O is on first. He can run. Moon is at the plate. The left fielder, 0 for 3 yesterday, did knock in a run. And the first pitch, Castaneda, there's a line drive. That's getting into the right center gap. Picked up by the center fielder, Moon. He'll fire back in. But that will be a stand-up. Whoa, I was going to say double. That's actually a triple. Into third base, a run scores. So a 2-out triple gives LG the lead. And here's your 3-1 pitch. That misses low. They'll bring the second baseman Shin to the plate. He was 1 for 4 in the opener. Here's your 1-2 pitch ground ball. Second baseman has it. He'll go to first. That'll end the inning. Triple knocks in a run. So the Twins take a lead, 1-0 here in the top of the second. And we'll have O'Neill back out for the second inning. Who will be facing Che, Kim, and Ha. 5, 6, and 7 for the Eagles. And here's your 2-2 pitch. Ground ball picked up at first. He'll go unassisted. And that's 1 down. So I believe in the open I said offensive depth could be an issue for the Eagles. I didn't know it would be this much of an issue. There's a hard ground ball, third base picked up, throw across the infield. He's out. So 2 down. Got a 2-0 pitch, hit it hard, but right at Moon at third base. O'Neill steps up now, and he will face Ha, the shortstop. Shortstop hitting 7th today, hit leadoff in game 1. It's a lefty starter. He drops to 7th. And here's your 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And that'll do it for the second inning. 1-0 LG on top. Castaneda will face the top of the lineup now. Hong, Moon, De La Mora. And here's your 3-1. Misses for a walk. I missed the chat there. Game is not going well. We haven't scored a run yet. All right, Hong on first base. Castellato steps back up on the mound. He'll face Moon. Third baseman is 0 for 1 today. There's your pitch lifted high and deep to right field. Say goodbye to that one. Into the seats. And the day is not getting better, Hannah. 3-0. Twins take the lead. 3 runs on 2 hits. And that'll bring De La Mora to the plate. Here's your 0-2 Castaneda. Ground ball, third baseman up with it. No, a fire across the infield. And that'll be your first out of the inning. And Park to the plate, the catcher. 0 for 1 today. 4 RBI performance yesterday. Ground ball, no up with that one. He'll fire across. Kim is out for the second out in the inning. Castaneda trying to settle in here. He'll face Kim, the DH. Line drive. That's going to drop in the center field for another hit. So a 2-out single. And I'll bring the shortstop, back to the plate. He's 1 for 5 on the season, 200 batting average. Kim's at first, 2 outs. Here is your 0-1 for Castaneda. Lifted into center. Should be playable and is caught. So that'll end the top of the third, but damage done again. 2-run home run puts the Twins up 3-0. Hanwha Eagles looking for some offense from anybody. And Che, the catcher, batting 8th today. And here's your 2-1 pitch, line drive back up the middle. There's a leadoff single by Che. So we described Che as a defensive catcher, but right now he's leading the team in hits with 2. Moon to the plate now, the center fielder. Che is on first. And here's your 2-2. Takes a look at a pitch on the outside corner. Slider catches the plate. And he is out for the first out here in the bottom of the third. Now Lee at the top of the lineup. The right fielder steps in with a runner on. A ground ball hit hard. We go to second for 1. Round the horn double play to end the third. So 3 in the books. It's 3-0 Twins. Moon, Park, and Shin will do up here in the fourth. That'll be your 7, 8, and 9 batters for the LG Twins. Castaneda with the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, struck him out. And Heyman Park now steps in, the center fielder. Hitless on the season. Did I just put the whammy on Castaneda? There's a line drive right at the shortstop. There's 2 down. Off the bat, I thought I did it. And Min Jae Shin, second baseman, 0 for 1 today. Castaneda's 1-0 pitch. Line drive, second baseman should have it, and does. And there the Twins go down 1-2-3 in the fourth. And we got 2, 3, and 4 due up. Jung, No, and Melendez facing O'Neill. 3-0 pitch. Jung. That'll put him on first base, a 4-pitch walk. So the Eagles looking to get something going here. No to the plate. 1 for 4 on the season. Here's your 0-1 pitch. Lifted into right field. And caught. Took a swing at a curveball, but lifted it right into Hong's glove. So Melendez will step in now. Runner on first, 1 out. Somebody trying to break through. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. So 2 outs now. O'Neill cutting through the 3 and 4 batters. See if Che can have any better luck. 0 for 1 so far today. 0-2 pitch hit him. Well, you know they didn't want to do that in that situation. 0-2 pitch. That obviously just got away from him. So O'Neill now a reset against Kim. Eagles first baseman 0 for 1 on the day and on the season. And here's your 3-1 from O'Neill. Holds the swing. He's going to walk. They'll say he didn't go. So load the bases up now. 2 outs. It's the best opportunity that the Eagles have had so far in 2 games probably. So the shortstop to the plate. Lefty on lefty here. Here's your 1-0 pitch. Hits on the ground, grabbed nicely at first base. De La Mora makes a run-saving catch. Takes it unassisted to end the inning. Hit it hard. Glove was there. So that takes us to the 5th now. Castaneda will look at his line. 56 pitches, 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Pitch count not bad, so if he can settle in here, he could give us a good start out of this in the end. There's a ground ball to second. And he's thrown out for the first out. That'll bring Moon, the number 2 hitter, hitting 571 in 2 ball games. And here's the 1-2 from Castaneda. Ground ball past the first baseman. He took the 1-2 pitch into right field. So Moon is off to a heck of a start. And De La Mora will step in. Just 1 for 6 so far. We just hope this guy doesn't get going. And here he does. Fly ball left field. Say goodbye to that one. 5-0. Moon's been on base all day today and all day yesterday. We were just waiting for De La Mora to catch one, and he did. So that makes it a 5-0 ball game. LG taking it to the Eagles. And the 2-2 for Castaneda. Take it the other way. A right fielder is there. Makes the catch for the second out. Now Kim will step up with 2 outs. And here's your 2-0. Ground ball first base picked up. Unassisted. On will take it. Or Kim at first base today. Takes it unassisted to end the inning. But 2 runs are in on the De La Mora home run. Eagles down by 5. And it'll be Che, Moon, and Lee. 8, 9, and 1. And there's a line drive into left, hit hard, but caught. Solid contact. Nothing to show for it. Hyung Bin Moon, now the center fielder. And here's your 3-2. Takes it low. There's a walk. Well, starting to get some patient at bat, starting to get some base runners. So silver linings are trying to be optimistic here. And top of the lineup, Lee, the right fielder. Step in with Moon on first. 3-1 pitch, that misses, so another good at bat, another walk. And so now 2 men on. Jung to the plate. The second baseman is 0 for 5 on the season. And he'll face the lefty O'Neill. Here's your 1-2. There's a little fly ball lifted in the left, but that will be caught. Fires it back in, holds everybody at first and second. And now we're looking at no. 2 outs, 2 men on, 5-0 is your lead for the Twins. And here's your 1-1. No swings. He's hit it hard, but shortstop is there. And he'll be retired. So bottom of the 5th is done. Hanwha still looking for their first run of the 2024 season. Castanado coming back out for the 6th. Sitting at 73 pitches. Should be in good shape. There's a 2-1 pitch. It's lifted in the right field. That'll be caught. Lee makes the catch for the first out. And that'll bring Moon to the plate. Park on deck. Here's your 3-2. Misses. Ball 4. So 1 out walk here in the top of the 6th. We'll bring Park to the plate. Park 0 for 5 on the season. Still looking for that first hit. There's a line drive past the shortstop into left field. That's the first hit of the ball game for him. First hit of the season. Runner taking third right in front of the cutoff man. Moon just kept running. So first and third runners on the corners. That'll get some movement in the bullpen. And Shin steps to the plate. The second baseman is 0 for 2 today. Pitch for Castanado lifted in the left. That'll be caught. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's offline. Run scores to make that a sac fly. It's a good job to lift that ball into left field. Add that run. Make it 6-0. So good baseball right there for the LG Twins. Shin just lifted that thing into left and added to that lead. Now that'll bring the top of the lineup. The right fielder Hung back up to the plate. 0 for 2 today. He's got 2 hits on the season. And here's your 0-1 from Castaneda. It's a little line drive in the right field, sinking fast, and it drops in front of the right fielder. So a 2-out single. Puts runners on the corners. And Castaneda will stay in the ball game. He's at 89 pitches. He's getting near the end of the day, though, for sure. And he'll face Moon here. 2-2 pitch. Lifted in the center. That's going to drop in for a hit. Had him to 2 strikes, couldn't finish him off. That'll make it 7-0. How long have I had Lee up? He's been up for a little bit. Well, we'll talk to Castaneda because I think he's pretty much done. And we're going to call it there for him. We'll go to Lee. Tough series. I was going to say tough day. Tough series for the Eagles. Getting a little shell-shocked here in our first series of the 2024 season. It'll bring Minho Lee into the ball game. Last season he appeared 17 games at a 2.63 ERA for Hanwha. 2-1 was the record. Just 13 2/3 innings though. So not a lot of work. But the 31-year-old comes into this ball game. He needs to get an out. And that'll be De La Mora, who homered his last time up. Made it 5-0. And here's your 2-2. Swung on and missed. So that'll get us through the top of the sixth, but more runs for LG, 7-0. Now Melendez, Che, and Kim. And they will face new relief pitcher is Yoon, right-hander coming into the ball game. 29 years old last year. He only appeared in 4 games. So 3 2/3 innings, 2.45 ERA. Actually pitched for Hanwha in 2022. 42 1/3 for Hanwha. So 52 games. Was a well-used relief pitcher for the Eagles 2 seasons ago. And here he'll face Melendez. Here's your 1-2. Swung on line drive. That's going to get down the left field line and roll off the wall there into the left fielder's glove, and he fires it back in, but not in time to get Melendez at second. So Melendez has his first extra base hit of the season. Probably his first hit of the season, actually. And that'll bring up Che, the designated hitter. He's still looking for his first hit. And there's your pitch going the other way. Well, that's going to get down in the corner. They had him shaded the other way. They'll have some time to run here. They'll get it back in. He'll go to second. Runner will score. So the Hanwha Eagles are finally on the board. Off of bat at Che. Che's RBI double makes it 7-1. So we'll see if we can't get this rally started, huh? Kim, the first baseman, will step up. 0 for 1 this afternoon. Here's a 3-1 pitch, line drive in the left field. That's going to drop in for a hit. So Hanwha stringing some hits together. They're going to send the runner to the plate. He will score. RBI single. Someone was hurt on that play. I'm not sure. I didn't quite catch who it was. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, it looks like Che was hurt on the play. So we'll take care of that in between innings. 7-2 now, though. We got something going here. The shortstop to the plate. As with a lot of Eagles looking for his first hit. Here's your 3-0. And he'll take a walk. Good eye. 91 mile an hour fastball misses low. That puts 2 people on. Jae-Hoon Che, catcher. 2 for 5. He's the most the Eagles leader in hits at this point with his 2 for 5 performance on the season. So nobody out, 2 men on. Here's the pitch to Che. Ground ball, second base, should be 2. Flip the second back to first, double play. That'll kill the rally. Runner moves up to third. So it'll bring Moon, center fielder, to the plate. Hyun-Bin Moon. Be a great spot to get a hit here and get this third run in. Make you feel like you're back in this ball game a little bit. And here's the pitch from Yoon. Lifted a pop up. That won't get it done. First baseman's over. And De La Mora has it. And that'll end the inning. The Eagles do get 2. Strung a couple hits together that time. So 2 runs on 3 hits. Unfortunately, the double play kind of killed the momentum on the rally, but it is 7-2 ball game. And Lee's going to stay in this ball game through 6 pitches in the last inning. He'll stay in to work the 7th. That'll be Park, Kim, and O. Ground ball, second baseman can't get there. Gets through to right for a leadoff single. So Park's on first, Kim at the plate. Kim is 1 for 2 today. This is the LGDH Lee's pitch. 2-1 pitch. Runner going while they had him going. And he is thrown out. Shea throws out his first base stealer of the season. It's only game 2. But he does have a strong arm. So that's out number 1. Here's your 3-1 pitch. That misses, so they'll walk him and put another runner on. Now Lee will face O. The shortstop is 0 for 3 today, 1 for 7 on the season. Here's your 3-1 pitch, ground ball back to the mound. They'll go to second, and they got him. That graphic, he always looks safe to me on that graphic. So, smart play. I don't think they had the runner at first. He went to second, gets the lead runner. That's 2 outs now. O is on first. Sungjo Moon, the left fielder, 1 for 2 today. He's driven in a run. And here's your pitch from Lee. 1-0. Fly ball. Shallow left. Shortstop drifting back makes the grab. That's it. 7th inning stretch. Eagles put up a 0 on the top of the 7th. It's been a little while. Let's see if they can continue the rally. It's 7-2. All right, don't forget to get a reliever up. I got to check on Che, the DH, to make sure he's okay to stay in this ball game. 7-2. We're still in that stack of lefties. I'm going to get Jung, our lefty. Actually, no, let's use Kim. Kim hasn't pitched yet. I think that was 13 pitches. That last game of the preseason, the spring training, they used like some of our best pitchers. Never trust the AI. All right, Kim's throwing in the pen. We've got top of the lineup, Lee, Jung, and No to the plate. See if we can get a couple runs here and get back in this ball game. So the right fielder, Lee, leads things off. 0 for 1 today with a walk. And he'll face Yoon. Here's the pitch. Line drive into center field. It's got a chance, but it'll hang up and be caught. Thought that thing might drop. If it bounced, maybe it goes to the wall. Nice job out there in center by Park. Now Jung to the plate, the second baseman. 0 for 2 today, 0 for 6 on the season. And the 0-1. Oh, fly ball lifted in the right. That'll be caught easily. Out number 2. Si-Hwan No. Third baseman. He is 0 for 3 today, 1 for 6 on the season. Big things expected from this young man. Last year he hit 31 home runs, drove in 101 RBIs. Keep in mind, this isn't a 162 game season. It's like 144 or something like that. So you look at those season numbers, that was in 514 at bats. Here's your 3-1 pitch to No. And it's down and in. He'll walk. And that'll bring up Antonio Melendez. Melendez 1 for 3 today. Got his first hit of the season. It was a double. Nose on first. New pitcher into the ball game, actually. It's Sung Hyung Baek. And let's look at his numbers last year. Last year, pitching for LG, 42 games. He was 2-0 with 3 saves, 40 innings, a 1.57 ERA. So very effective pitcher last year for LG. Comes into this ball game. And here's your 0-1 to Melendez. Swung on slow ground ball shortstop. They'll have to go to first. So no. Oh, sorry, 2 outs anyway. Forgot the count. I forgot the outs. Anyway, well, that'll end the inning. Done with 7. It's 7-2 LG on top. We go to the 8th. We're going to bring the lefty Kim in here. So in our preview, the beginning, and the preview, we talked a little bit about this, I believe, on the very first video we put up on YouTube, the intro. So our lefties aren't great, but it might be a thing where we can get away with matchups. Oh, and I never checked Che. Is he hurt? He's got a hamstring strain. He's DH, and if he gets a hit, if he gets on base, I'll take him out. All right, anyway, here we go. Kim. So we're going to try to use our lefties in matchups. See if they can be effective that way. Here's a good test because we have a whole row of lefties. 2-2 pitch, ground ball, no. Picks it up, fires the first. There's one down. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Shin. 0 for 2 today. Did drive in a run with a sacrifice fly. And here's your 1-2. Lifts a fly ball left field. Drifting over, making the catch is Melendez. And that's your second out. That'll bring up Hong, the right fielder, leading off. 1 for 3 today. And here's your 1-2. Swung on and missed. Got him. So 1-2-3 inning for Kim. And like I said, okay, so I guess we got to take him out. Huh. All right. Fair enough. So hopefully he's staying in the game. Who's our best bat? This is where it gets tough because I really don't know this team very well. I'll probably go with this dude. Looks like the best offensive player. Yeah. All right. So let's make that switch. Yeah, it is tough because you just can't look at the lineup and go, oh, we're going with this guy. But all right, so Inho Che step in the ball game. He was 0 for 3 in the opener. Comes into this ball game in relief of the injured. Was that On? I think it was On was our DH to begin the game. Starting to learn the team a little bit. So here we go, 1-2. Ground ball. Shortstop right there, throws him out. One away here in the bottom of the 8th. Tai Young Kim playing first base today. He's 1 for 2. He drove in one of the 2 runs. And here's the first pitch. Hit him down in his ankles. Got him in the leg or something. So he'll take first. To the plate, line drive, base hit in the center field. That'll move the runner up to third, I believe. There he goes. He's got third base standing up. Ha is into first. That'll be a single for him. Should be his first hit of the season. So slowly but surely, guys are starting to get those first hits. Hopefully at that point you can relax and settle in. Here comes the catcher. Che coming in. He's 1 for 3 today. So 1 for 3 on opening day, 1 for 3 today. Runners on the corners with 1 out. This would be a great time for a hit. Here's your 2-0. Swung on, lifted in the center field. That'll be caught. That'll be deep enough to score a run. No, it won't. Oh. Thought for sure they would tag on that. They do not. So Kim is staying on third. I guess it's better than getting thrown out at the plate. We'll get the 19-year-old center fielder, Hyun Bin Moon, with 2 outs, runners on the corners. And the pitch, line drive in the center field. There's a base hit. 7-3 ball game. Runner is going to take third base. So Moon drives in a run. As I said, 7-3 now is the ball game. Creeping back into it. And we'll get the top of the lineup now. Lee, the right fielder. And here's the 2-0. Ground ball, third baseman has it. He'll go to second, get the lead runner, and end the inning. Need to break through here and get another multi-run inning, but we don't there. Just get the one. Good job for the young shortstop, or the young center fielder, to get us on the board, get his first hit of the season. So we're going to go to the ninth. Get the right-hander up. And we'll have Kim still in this ball game. Looked good in his first inning of relief. He'll face Moon here. Here's your 2-1 pitch. Ground ball, first baseman. Nice grab at first. Flipped over to the catcher, or the pitcher, excuse me. And we'll toss him out at first. Well played. Moon is thrown out. Kim got over there quickly. Kim to Kim. And it'll bring De La Mora, the first baseman, up. He's 1 for 4. He did have that big hit, though, in the 5th inning that kind of opened this game up to 5-0. And here's your 1-0 line drive back up the middle. Another hit for him. So he's 2 for 3 since I said we're lucky he's not hitting. Yeah, Park to the plate, the catcher. 1 for 4 today. And here's your 0-1 from Kim. Swung on that ball, gets past the catcher. Runner will advance. It's 0-2 though on Park. So 1 out, 2 strikes. Here's your 2-2 pitch now. Ground ball, shortstop charges, has it, fires the first. And that's your 2nd out. One thing that is interesting when you look at these players, if you're their speed, obviously, and their defense seems to hold up and be comparable to major league players. It tends to be pitching and at bats where the big difference is, right? So a guy like Ju Suk Ha, right there, is a good shortstop. If you flip over to his MLB comparison ratings, he could play defensive shortstop in the majors. Jung there at second base would be a above average second baseman. It's just, could they hit at the major league level would be the big difference that I've seen in my vast experience here of 2 games in the KBO in a video game. All right, here we go. Kim. 3-2 pitch. Kim to Kim. That gets away from the catcher, but he'll fire down the first base and make the play. End the inning. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th. Eagles need 4. So we'll go 2, 3, and 4. Jung, No, and Melendez. Last hope here for the Hanwha Eagles. And they will face Seung-Hyun Baek, who has pitched an inning and a third already. He's out there to start the 9th. And here we go. 2-2 pitch. Lifted into left field. That will be caught. Had hoped for a moment that might get over his head, but it didn't. And No now steps into the plate. 0 for 3 today. Slow start for him. I guess we can probably sit down that reliever that's throwing in the bullpen. Let's see if No can get things started here. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. But I think the Eagles are ready to see anybody but LG. I know I am. All right, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 9th, 7-3 ball game. Antonio Melendez will step in. Beck trying to finish this thing off. And here's your 1-2. Swung on, hit the second base. Easy grab and throw. End the ball game. So LG comes into our home stadium, kicks butt, wins this one 7-3. What was the first game? 7-0. So it's like 14-3 in 2 ball games. So much for our strong starting pitching and our middle of our lineup. Take a quick look at the box score here. Again, Twins going to 2-0. Our Eagles falling to 0-2. 7 runs on 10 hits for LG. 3 runs on 7 hits. 6 walks though. That if there is something that gives you some reason for hope on the offense, is those 6 walks. Some good at bats, got some guys on base. We did threaten some more there, just nobody breaking out just yet. We need to get the 3, 4, and 5 guys going. They're not hitting anything really. So we still have a couple of guys who don't have a hit at all. Well, at least second baseman. I don't know about anybody else. But anyway, yeah. So not a great performance offensively in the first 2 games. And let's build from there. Castaneda did not look great in that first start. The bullpen again, though, a decent showing from our relief pitchers. And like I said, I thought that would be the area that would probably be the shakiest. I'm still confident that at least our top 3 starters are going to be good. So O'Neill, a great start, not quite as good as their opening day starter, but pitched 5 shutout innings. Did get to their bullpen a little bit today. But player of the game is Bo Kyung Moon. The third baseman was 3 for 5, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He did strike out once. He's got a 600 batting average on the season with a home run and 3 RBIs. So he's off to a great start. Really no one on the Eagles off to a great start offensively. So we'll go from there. Let's advance the day. All right, so like I said, that's it. Finished the season with finished the series with LG. They're 2-0. We're 0-2, sitting at the bottom of the division. You want to be in the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So there's 5 that'll get in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that won't. And right now we're on the wrong side of that 5 after 2 games. We've got Lee going in the next series. So this is the questionable part of our starting rotation. This was supposed to be the good part of our starting rotation. Oh, I see. They skipped Vera because Vera is now he's 100%, so we can skip back to him. Let's fix that. Oops. We can actually skip back to him because they skipped him because he was not 100%, but he is now after I advanced the day. So Vera was supposed to be our number 2 pitcher. I had to drop him back to 3 because he pitched the last season, our last game of the preseason. So he'll get the start in game 3. Where are we going next? We get to... Oh, wrong month. Oh, no, here we are. Never mind. Wrong spot. Well, we get a day off. That's great. We get a day off because we kind of need that. And then we go... I don't know what SSG is. I'll have to look them up. But that'll be a 3-game series on the road. And then we're back home. So, yeah, that's it. So we dropped the first 2 games. Thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon. You can see the offensive numbers not great. I'm optimistic that those are going to pick up here in the top 5. And that'll right itself a little bit. The top 3 pitchers should be better than that. You never know. Maybe LG is just a powerhouse. And we just ran into them right away. I don't know. But bullpen's been decent so far. So we're kind of flipped on what I thought was going to happen. But 2 games in, and been outscored 14-3. So it can't get much worse than that. So thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon. We're going to cut it off right here. And next time we come back to see you, we're not going to play every game. I just wanted to play the opening series, and we'll probably do a combination of playing games and also just simming through and checking stats and making adjustments to rosters and things like that. So again, thank you for hanging out with us. Hope you dig this series. As it goes, we should get more familiar with these players and watch the developments of a guy like Hyung Bin Moon, the 19-year-old in center field. That'll be fun to see if we can get this guy. We can turn him into a player and maybe a team leader of the future, right? So that's it. Thanks again. Appreciate you hanging out. And that's going to be it for today. So thanks again. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to come in here and hang out with us. And if you made it to the end of this video, if you're on YouTube, please like. Don't be afraid to subscribe. If you're on Twitch, because we did live stream this today on Twitch, please give the follow. It helps us out a lot. We don't have a lot of followers. We're trying to build some different content here. We're going to play some baseball, play some survival games. We're very close to adding music to the stream as well. So I'm very anxious to get that started, but we got a couple of issues to fix before we can start streaming music. But thanks again. You all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.